We're right back, about to rummage in the morgue.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard.
I wanted to look.
Clothes sticky with
You will
sap.
have you check.
Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes. And some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
Wow,
So it seems.
that's
Looking at
vicious.
the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Oh, that's a sick puppy.
Let's
That looks
examine
like
his torso.
torture.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Well, they did say he took out the heart.
Let's examine the chest
Last
wound.
night we
Yeah,
caught
hard carved out,
13
wound
Ghosts,
cauterized.
that old horror movie
Wait a minute, there's
on the
something
TV.
else.
We watched it, and that whole thing can be a ghost in that movie. The treatment that person has received.
You know what's funny? I've seen 13 Ghosts.
Also, look at the. I'm sorry, but look at the poster behind
egg
the medic.
from an
Did you
amphibian.
see it?
Yeah.
A salamander? Scorched but
That also
intact.
looked like a ghost.
I attended some lectures in herpetology
So vivid.
as a student. I'm afraid I don't
I
recall any
I believe I've
amphibians
seen the
that lay
movie
eggs in corpses.
once, like
So
what,
either Professor
15
Cochrane was
years
deeply
ago
mistaken,
or something.
or this is our murderer's doing.
And like the only thing I remembered about it,
Look at the
because
scar.
I didn't even remember that Tony
Wound long
Shalhoub
and
was in it.
thin. Incision. But the edges are ragged.
Means nothing.
Like the main thing I
Look,
remembered
no
about was
swelling, no
the
bruises.
designs of the
An
ghosts.
old injury, perhaps.
And
accident in the workplace.
before we got to bed last night, I
Open the
like
abdominal
searched a bit
cavity.
of info for the
Due
movie.
warning, it will
Turns
still
out,
rot.
Once fought a zoo
there
go up
was
to
a
my
featurette
waist in
on the
sewage, so I
DVD.
doubt- Wait.
that went into
Smells
greater
not
detail
rot.
about the ghosts and the designs. And like
Formaldehyde.
most people who have seen the
Medical
movie
novelty.
are of the opinion
Heavily
that
diluted, it's
it's
remarkable at
the
preserving
most interesting
organic
thing about
tissue
the movie, like the
in
design of
stronger
the ghosts,
proportions.
because it's a
It's more
fairly like
destructive than acid.
meh
Explains
plot.
why there's no smell of decay.
Yeah, but the ghosts are
Why is
engaging.
throat
They're
sculpted?
varied. They
Like-
have different backgrounds. What's happened to them?
Someone put their whole design nussy into creating them.
Yeah.
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Who is
Some
that
other time,
doctor
maybe.
character? He's so compelling.
See the
Right.
callus?
I want to spin off
Our dwarf
about
wore a
him.
ring, but someone took it off him. See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen. Toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
And also, Geralt, we have
And a
made you
different sense of
say a
humor.
lot of shit.
His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
I'm just interested is all.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
only as the killer's potential motivation.
Alright.
Alright, think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about, what the motive might have been.
This was punishment? Or a ritual murder? Or like a ritual.
It kind of seems like a ritual.
Because
It's some
the
kind of
eyes,
sick ritual.
the heart,
You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets, cavity where the heart should be,
the
scalding
egg.
liquid, all centering on warmth, heat, fire.
A fire eternal.
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted, drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact.
30 years.
That guy
Carver's body.
looks younger.
Where
Drop a
was it found?
skin in the
It's
care,
important.
skincare
Plan to
routine.
investigate.
King.
Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirates was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the wood carver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, your reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As your reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
But I want to look around.
Why'd you cover for
God
us?
damn it.
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hanged. So, should I learn anything new related to this case?
That's an interesting dynamic, though. Character dynamic. A mentor
Thank
who's
you.
younger than the mentee.
But is he younger? Also, Hubert told us he was doing something else before going into medicine.
Hubert was that other dude. That's Joachim. Or
Whatever.
Joachim.
Nathaniel.
Whatever.
Who is he?
A scoundrel, a rogue, like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard.
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him.
What's that behind you? Is the guard?
It's a guard.
Okay.
I decide when we're done with the subject. What's your connection to him?
An old story, but if you insist. The student protests in 1242, you've heard of them? I led them. Hubert, however, denounced me to the authorities. I landed in prison. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
You suspicious old man who's so interesting.
It's not safe to
for
go
a
out on
side
the streets
quest.
anymore.
Okay, that one's closest.
Corpse collector.
Eustace. Yeah.
Yeah, that should be him.
You, Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
There was a name with an X
Fourth
that appeared
sentence,
at
I
the
think
top
it
of
is.
you.
But also
bring
he's
Fabian
collecting
Meyer's body
corpses,
to the morgue?
obviously.
Kind of.
Oh, yeah, I remember. No ice, no art, one of them, right? No purse neither, as I recall.
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One went so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow. Slippery sow, they called her, on account of
Some things are best left unsaid. What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. You searched Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets, made sure nothing went to waste.
Oh,
I
you're an
call a
upstanding
spade a
citizen.
spade.
Of course.
You rob corpses.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern.
Talk. What did you find on him?
As you wish. Triflings, baubles, glass-beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment, that.
That's human skin.
Ew.
Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
Hit him.
Oi,
Thank you.
fucking hell, what was that for?
For everything.
Don't ask dumb questions, you dimwit.
Oh, you can still.
Oh, Lydica.
Again?
Oh, yeah.
Sold off.
You don't
know
need to.
nothing else.
Wave to me.
Best stay home.
Who's next?
By your door, by your
Closer one. The place where the woodcarver died.
I've had enough. Double chase.
Jog, jog, jog,
Time
jog,
on
jog.
fire. Father of
It's a brisk jog as well.
Yeah. Can I enter from here?
You can knock.
Anyone home?
Begun, or I'll sick me hounds on you. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer. Looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid much, lie down. Come on, come on in. Slowly now.
Entirely too Scottish for me.
Charming as beasts go.
You daft?
Show them!
Even I'm scared of them.
Show us the beast!
Better back and dog than an evil man at your door.
Yeah, is it the same dog
Not someone
model
particular in
we've
mind.
seen so far in
Sure
this
as
entire
shite.
game?
Bugger who did Fabian in.
There's no,
Says
like,
they'd
a
hauled his
golden
cock off
retriever
around
or
to me
anything.
Or is his fighting dogs. But these two mutts cost me a chunk of change. But I sleep sound at least.
These giant beasts. And then the camera
might
pans
you
over
be?
to two corgis.
This brother.
Yeah,
Gus is the name.
imagine
We're in a
that.
workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
Oh, did you see
What'll
it?
it be
Oh
now?
my goodness.
Yeah.
Just
the same.
Meyer.
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Tell me what you know about the murder. In order. In detail.
'Twas like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss him burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from High Rag Square.
Dog just there in
was
the
coming from
background
here.
sniffing the grass.
See the soot stains? That's where they burned
Touching
our
grass.
sandwiches. Folk gathered round the blaze.
Trying not to bite our
and
heads
found
off.
Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk give bleeding orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to stain their poor lanes. They care about some dwarf.
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
'Twas Fabian who threatened this one lad.
Oh.
He were a good dwarf, craftsman like no other. But he were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever
Well.
we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No.
Yeah,
Took
okay.
to following one in particular.
Big appetites.
He was packing some quality timber from what we saw.
Oh no.
Obscenities.
You know, apart from the
Don't rightly know
The
syphilis.
syphilis, yeah.
Maybe he was in love with her.
Know where I can find her? This dish rag?
City cemetery.
I know
She died a
exactly
few
how
days
dish
back,
rag would
quietly
translate
in her
that.
sleep.
Yeah,
Her paunch
I
said
do
that fever
too.
took her.
Fine. We've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up, guy. Beware of the dogs.
Bloodstains.
That's where few when they found him.
You still haven't cleaned that up.
Murderer dragged something heavy. Statues. Or a corpse.
Can I examine it? Should I light it on fire?
You can examine the thing next to it.
Let's go inside. We cannot. Fine.
The thing behind you?
Why can I not loot the one on the bottom? Because of the dumb dog. Remember, good people, that fire can be both a blessing and a curse. That is why we must live in harmony with eternal fire and its commandments. Take my counsel to heart, good people, or you will reap the consequences of your deeds.
Yeah, that's crazy talk.
Why can I not examine it? Oh no, did they kill the dog?
No, they just rolled over.
They fell. Is it bugged?
Can you light it on fire?
They could. Not the target.
Oh, you
come
can't
on.
then. No. Do you think it did bug?
I mean, I could imagine it. Because, you know, there's no prompt. Examine the place where the woodcarver died.
Well, you already did. It's just that thing remaining. Can you load your most recent autosave? Just in case.
Can you check in the meantime
I will.
if the quest is
But
bugged?
finding me proved no simple task. For having fallen afoul of Novigrad's underworld bosses, I'd disappeared. Yet Geralt soon discovered my whereabouts, a cell in the dungeon of the Temple Guard.
Yeah, people haven't
With the
seen
help
this
of our
one
friends,
before.
Geralt managed to free me.
Yeah,
Good thing
get
too.
to checking.
For indeed, I knew what had happened to Ciri.
I need to
Sadly,
know
she
the
was no longer in
quest.
Novigrad.
Carnal since...
Pursued by bandits, then
No,
cornered by
or
the
carnal
Temple Guard, she
appetites?
had disappeared in a flash of light and a
will
gust.
appear when you add
Where to?
The Witcher
This I did not know.
at the end. Carnal sins.
Statues of the old gods.
Well,
Nothing but women.
it bugged,
Shapely
obviously.
ones.
Read the Priscilla one as well.
Well, I closed it already.
And now the blood.
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
Okay, Geralt.
Is it bugged the other way around
No.
now?
Murderer dragged something heavy. Statues. Or a corpse.
Oh, fuck, no.
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
You have got to be kidding me.
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
Okay, interact with the other things. Loot one crate. Okay.
No, the problem is they're too close.
I think you're gonna have to do it again. It's such a blemish on CD Projekt Red's otherwise perfect record.
Murderer dragged something heavy. Statues. Or a corpse.
This is kind of frustrating, not gonna lie.
No. There's nothing to lie
Statues
about.
of the old gods.
Okay.
Nothing but women. Shapely one.
But finding me proved no simple task. For having fallen afoul of Novigrad's underworld bosses, I disappeared. Yet Geralt
How
soon
old do you
discovered my
think
whereabouts. A cell in the
narrator
dungeon of the Temple
Dandelion
Guard.
is in
With the
comparison
help
to
of our
young
friends,
Dandelion?
Geralt managed to free me. Good thing
15,
too, for indeed
16.
I knew what had happened to Ciri.
Because
Sadly, she was no longer.
that's
in
an old
Novigrad.
man voice.
Like
Pursued
10
by
years ago,
bandits
people
and
aged
cornered by the
differently
Temple
from people
Guard,
right
she
now.
had disappeared in a flash of
People
light
in their
and a gust
50s
of
now
Where
sound
to? This I did not know.
rather young.
Oh yeah, those like supposed to take place 800 years ago. So sure.
Bloodstains.
Now
That's where
try
Phoebe and
this
Leia
now.
when they found him.
No, that now it doesn't appear. Did you check if it's bugged? Or did you stop checking?
I stopped checking because it
Or dragged
assumed
something heavy. Statues. Or a corpse.
No, it won't appear now. It just doesn't appear.
But finding me proved no simple task. For having fallen afoul of Novigrad's underworld bosses, I disappeared.
I don't know how
Yet
many
Geralt
times I
soon
have it in me
discovered
to
my
watch
whereabouts,
this.
a cell in the dungeon of the Temple Guard. With the help of our friends, Geralt managed to free me. Good thing too, for indeed I knew what had happened to Ciri. Sadly, she was no longer in Novigrad. Pursued by bandits, then cornered by the Temple Guard, she had disappeared in a flash of light and a gust of heat. Where to? This I did not know.
Oh, there's one video on YouTube that is pretty much the same thing.
Let's see if I can walk away and just do the other part. And after that we'll just wrap up the video.
Now she was a beauty.
And I'll try to do it off screen. Because it's really getting to me.
Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim. Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
Okay, let's examine
Many
this.
thanks to you.
Shut up, old man.
Hey,
Whistle
handsome.
and Wendy.
Human. Priscilla's.
Why does that character get a name?
A brazier. This time of year.
It does the same.
Is he? Kill him! Take him from the back!
What the hell? Why are these assholes waiting for us?
That was an ambush, obviously. Oh my god, this is such trash.
Try me, prick.
What? Lost your nerve?
You want me to try your prick? No, I said try me, prick, not try me, prick.
Lucky, come on!
So
Think
stupid.
you'll get me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back!
Calm down. I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
That will be helpful.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. I was looking to give her pouring. Pick up a decent trade. Agreed to put me in her play, you see? Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim.
Oh, dearie. Course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns.
Take care now. I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally. We'll stand aside, behave.
Okay, let's see what else there is
The
here.
head's ringing. Awful pale.
Besides the loot.
I know that smell. Formaldehyde. Man's footprint. The murderer's maybe. Weight on his heel. Took a step back.
Got a problem?
Okay, let's
Give it a try.
give it a try again.
You don't wanna?
Stains. They're brained, all of them.
Just see if it'll interact.
I can do that,
Yes.
and I can do that,
Yes.
and I can do that.
Okay.
And the moment I do one of them,
Just try. If it breaks, well, fuck it. We'll just go to the corner.
let's do this first again.
Yes.
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
Okay, now calmly.
Shit. Missed it.
Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Murderer dragged
Jesus.
something heavy.
Fuming
Statues.
Christ.
Or a corpse.
There's more? There isn't more.
You want to talk to him? Or...
Why?
Aye.
Hmm.
Had a look at your sculptures.
And? Lifelike, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. The women especially. Never seen a bust that size on Melitele.
Oh, aye. Fabian's handiwork. I told him, brother. And still they did.
Oh my god, I read through the
One
rest of
sermon
it.
at the temple, and the celebrating reverend said,
Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian.
No, please, we have enough time.
People ain't dying on the streets in gruesome rituals.
I'm gonna have to loot you on principle.
Eyes. Humanoid. Completely rotten. Eyes. Humanoid. Completely rotten.
Imagine if you got stuck on a loop.
Eyes, humanoid, completely rotten.
Aye.
Humanoid, completely rotten.
Ugh.
Because he said
We've
I
talked
get
enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the...
Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked.
It's completely rotten.
More bloodstains. But not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless somebody got rid of the blood. Left a few stains behind. Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it.
You do know that doctors use formaldehyde, right?
Yeah? Are you asking me?
Yeah. Is our coroner a murderer?
So, how do you go with this healer?
We'll see.
Darkness everywhere. I see it all around.
Fucked up ones. Blood came out.
What's he doing here?
Shut up. I'm mad now. Wait.
You just can't stop yourself.
Oh, I took another. Ugh, shit.
Geralt getting mad that he picked another book that he has already read. This has to be scratching a niche for you.
It is.
Because earlier you couldn't loot, you got interrupted by the cutscene.
See, I did not pick that one.
Yeah, because it was the only thing in there. Had there been like a jug of water, it'd been shit. You see?
Shit! No.
Careful there.
I can restrain myself sometimes.
Sometimes.
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're
I
here.
missed some loot
Held off on the
again.
autopsy till you arrived.
With those...
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend... Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter. And I know who you are, what drives you.
Von Graz told me all...
Doubtless you've heard how I had the noble leader of the student protesters thrown in prison. But did you hear the protests were far from peaceful? Or did he neglect to mention it?
You can mention no such thing.
People were dying, which, those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would... Joachim had been my favorite student, but... Alas, I had to do something. Whereas Joachim... Oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
Yes, let's...
How old's Von Graz? 50? 60?
Let's figure this out.
53, I believe. Why do you ask?
You look a little young to have been his teacher.
Not surprising. For years, I've lived in the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of embalming fluids. In short, working with corpses extends one's life. Amusing, is it not?
That sounds like bullshit.
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy.
Huh.
Found this morning at his
Wasn't
home
our
on a
dude
catafalque.
also a lecturer?
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire.
Yeah, mortal sin. Not fond of Nathaniel?
Very few people are. He's cruel and capricious.
He
stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the bone, because I had forgotten to lock the storeroom. Hard to be fond of someone like that.
Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink for milk. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and...
A message from the murderer. The name of his next victim. Patricia Vegelbud.
Do you know her?
Yes. Gotta find her, now.
Okay, but we're gonna have to do this in the next one.
No, we're going to find her now.
Really?
Yeah.
Till next time, Master.
Let's drink for it's nearly night.
I can't wait for this to be over.
Nah, I get it.
What do you want?
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
You think any bum off the street can...
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge.
So be it. I'll take you...
Oh, Geralt. What a pleasant surprise.
Not pleasant at all. I gotta see your mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now. I saw Mother this morning.
There's always time to
I'm hunting
explain.
a serial
This is
killer,
my
and I've got reason to believe
least
your mother will
favorite
be his
trope.
next
There's no
victim.
time to explain.
Yeah.
It's true. Our gods.
He's exceptionally cruel when he kills, tortures his victims. So let's see how she is. Just
I find this all very hard to believe. Please, follow me.
a fire fit for Bellatane, except it's the wrong time of year.
I mentioned.
Why are you not moving, lady?
In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis. Mother had seen the piles.
Girl, we're gonna need you to pick up the pace.
Chop, chop, bitch. Jesus.
Taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
Yeah, upstairs, upstairs. No, oh no! Listen.
Okay, help now, loot later. Come on, move. So she can lollygag and dilly dally, but I can't.
We should go in, just to be sure.
You got mad at her for taking her sweet ass time.
Whatever.
Here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood
I'll
for
take her
guests.
sweet ass.
Oh my god. That's a married man.
He ran out the other door! Catch him!
Oh my god!
Run. Dodge to them. No time.
Spread out! Murderer's still here! There he is! Get him!
What? Do I have to kill them?
I don't know. Have to chase the murderer. These fools think you're the murderer.
Did the quest fail?
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Halt! For I put a bolt between your eyes!
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
Save your trickery, taking you to the heiress.
Well, killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
We got him, Lady Ingrid. Wasn't easy, but...
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once! Mother! Why did he do this to her?
Please don't show her again.
Why?
Because she blasphemed the eternal fire. Only thing that ties her to the other victims. Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body. A note indicating his next victim.
Oof.
May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim. Please.
We're gonna try our best, lady.
Bruises, broken fingernails. She defended herself. Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught. Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder, not just the name but the place too. Won't get away this time.
That's the same note.
Another empty formaldehyde bottle. Same wounds as the previous victims. Examination would be a waste of time. Gotta get to crippled Kate's, fast.
Okay, we'll wrap it up here. I'll spend some time looting the estate and then we'll pick it up from the next spot. Okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.